During a recent episode of his podcast, because apparently everybody on the planet has to have a podcast now, Republican Senator Ted Cruz announced that he's pretty confident not only that Republicans are taking back the House in 2022, but that when they do, they're definitely going to impeach Joe Biden. Or probably, I guess, going to impeach Joe Biden. Here's what Ted Cruz said when the topic came up of possible impeachment. If we take the House, which I said is overwhelmingly likely, then I think we will see serious investigations of the Biden administration. I do think there's a chance of that, Cruz said in reference to a Republican House impeaching President Biden. Whether it's justified or not, the Democrats weaponized impeachment. They used it for partisan purposes to go after Trump because they disagreed with him. One of the real disadvantages of doing that is the more you weaponize it and turn it into a partisan coddle, you know what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now, before I get into why they would impeach Biden, let's not forget that I think it was, 23 times when President Barack Obama was President Barack Obama, 23 times Republicans attempted to impeach him, or at the very least, drafted articles that went nowhere, of course. So, if you want to talk about a party politicizing impeachment, we only have to go back to Obama. Not to mention, you want to get into really which party politicized impeachment? Go back and look at the whole Bill Clinton thing. Not excusing what he did by any stretch of the imagination, but that impeachment was the result of years and years and years of investigations into other things, and they finally found something to pop him on. So yeah, Cruz, shut the hell up. Because Republicans are the ones who weaponized impeachment. Then he continues. I think there will be enormous pressure on a Republican House to begin impeachment proceedings. I think there are potentially multiple grounds to consider for impeachment. Probably the most compelling is the utter lawlessness President Biden enforces the border. His decision to just deify immigration laws. That's probably the strongest grounds right now for impeachment, but there may be others. Okay. We can talk all day long whether you agree or disagree with President Biden's immigration policies. If you actually look at President Biden's immigration policies, they really are no different than Donald Trump's, for the record. Nothing has significantly changed whatsoever in the immigration policies between the current administration and the former administration. Sorry, that's just what's happening. And they're both disgusting, for the record. But also, you can't impeach a president for that. That's not a high crime or a misdemeanor, and you know that, Ted Cruz. I'm sure the idiots who listen to your podcast don't, and that's why you say stupid things, but you're not a moron, Ted. You were a lawyer. You know these things. You know that there is no legal ground for impeaching President Joe Biden. Again, talk all day if you want about differences in policies. Whether you like him or don't like him, all of that is irrelevant. Has the man done anything illegal? Not here in the United States, at least. No impeachable offenses there. So, let me tell you how extreme this idea of impeaching President Biden, because, the Democrats weaponized it and we're going to weaponize it right back. You know how extreme this idea is? It's so extreme that even Matt Gaetz thinks it's a stupid idea. On a recent episode of his podcast, because of course, again, everybody's got to have a freaking podcast these days. None of these people legislate, they just all host their own damn shows. Anywho, on a recent episode of his podcast, Matt Gaetz actually went against Marjorie Taylor Greene, because Marjorie Taylor Greene says when we retake the House, we're impeaching him immediately. And Matt Gaetz, I think he actually told Dan Crenshaw, I disagree with this. I think it's a big mistake because then we weaponize impeachment and then it just goes back and forth for all of eternity. The party not in power is going to try to impeach the president that is in power and vice versa. And he's right about that, for the record. Matt Gaetz is right about that. And even with as extreme as Matt Gaetz is, Ted Cruz looked at this and said, no, you know what? I'm going to double down. I got political ambitions. And I'm going to make it seem like I know what the hell I'm talking about. That's not how it works, Ted. Not how it works. You know as well as I do that whether you love Joe Biden or you hate him, There's no evidence of any kind of criminal wrongdoing, and any investigation that the House does launch when they take over is going to be pure partisan politics, and the public is going to see right through it, and that'll cost you in 2024.